Hey, babe, what you got there?
This is a check from Carvana. I just sold my car to them. I went online and Carvana gave me an offer right away. Then they just picked up the car and gave me this.
Oh, that's a big check. Well, obviously you could put this towards your next car, or we could finally get that jacuzzi, or I could start taking tuba lessons, or I could quit my job and write my memoir.
Or I can put it towards my next car with Carvana.
Sorry, your check, not mine.
Sell your car to Carvana. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to get a real offer in seconds.
On today's Smart 7, the Bibby Stockholm saga trundles on, cruel prison rules scrapped, and lots more. It's Monday the 7th of August, it's National Lighthouse Day, and happy birthday Helen Flanagan.
The Smart 7, it's news, but not the news.
The first group of asylum seekers are set to board the Bibby Stockholm at some point this week, despite delays over safety concerns on the barge, with firefighters calling it a potential death trap. The barge, which is part of a government scheme to deter people from arriving in the UK on small boats, is eventually expected to house up to 500 male asylum seekers. Immigration Minister Robert Jenrick says they're working through the backlog of cases.
We're committed to stopping the boats, but as we do that, it's also important that we get the Home Office's processes in place and get the backlog of asylum claims down. And we're making really strong progress.
Shadow Immigration Minister Stephen Kinnock admits Labour would have to use the barge should they win the next election.
We're going to inherit a mess, but the reality is on day one of a Labour government we will have to deal with the infrastructure that we have and the complete chaotic, shambolic mess that the Conservative government will have left us.
And Sunday saw social media giants Facebook, TikTok and X, formerly known as Twitter, announce they'll team up with UK law enforcement to crack down on posts by people smugglers encouraging migrants to cross the English Channel. But human rights lawyer Shoaib Khan says it's all for show.
But it's just gimmicks, really, isn't it? Just clutching at straws. So obviously we've got this, I don't know what it's supposed to mean yet, but they stopped the boats week. So obviously, I think every day, every hour, we're going to be hearing more and more of these stories, more and more, to be honest, ridiculous ideas.
A controversial rule which deducted prison living costs from the compensation paid to wrongly convicted people was scrapped on Sunday. It follows outrage over the case of Andrew Malkinson, a Grimsby man who spent 17 years in jail for a crime it later emerged he did not commit. He says having living costs deducted from his compensation package would have been an insult.
The very idea of paying, once you've declared your name, your captors, is really repugnant. The guilty don't pay. Why should the innocent? That's ridiculous.
The guidance had been in place since 2006 and could have seen miscarriage of justice victims pay back up to £1 million in lodging and board costs. But barrister Max Hardy says the U-turn is just a government publicity stunt.
This is an easy way for the government to put out what appears to be a good news story whilst distracting from what people should really be focusing on.
Peace talks were held in Saudi Arabia over the weekend to try and draft a strategy for ending the war in Ukraine, and senior officials from more than 40 countries were in attendance, including China. The two-day summit in Jeddah follows a similar forum held in Copenhagen in May, and it's thought there'll be further talks in the autumn to endorse the peace principles. Dr. Donald Jensen from the US Institute of Peace says the pressure is on.
If anything could be called hopeful, it's the fact that countries like China, they are now increasingly talking about the need for a deal of some sort to ensure Ukraine's independence and territorial integrity.
Meanwhile, 3 weeks on from Russia's termination of the Black Sea Grain Initiative, Ukraine's Chief of Defence Intelligence, Kirilo Budanov, says they're doing everything they can to resume grain exports.
The whole world cannot be held hostage to the actions of one terrorist country. Therefore, we are doing everything necessary to resume grain exports across the Black Sea. This will happen regardless of whether Russia likes it or not.
Thursday saw former US President Donald Trump plead not guilty to conspiring to overturn his 2020 election defeat, and Friday night saw US federal prosecutors request a protective order limiting what he can say in the case. It follows a post he made on his Truth Social site on Friday, where he wrote, "If you come after me, I'm coming after you," and the ex-president has until 5 p.m. on Monday to respond. But that didn't stop him going off on a rant about Special Counsel Jack Smith over the weekend.
Deranged Jack Smith. He's a deranged human being. You take a look at that face, you say, that guy is a sick man. There's something wrong with him. I withdrew. Somebody said, why don't you be nice to him? I said, wouldn't matter. Wouldn't matter. This guy's a maniac.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Arsenal win the Community Shield and Angela Rippon gets on her dancing shoes. Right after this.
At Carvana, we're in the business of driving you happy. And with the widest selection of used cars under $20,000, you're bound to find a car that'll put a smile on your face. Carvana gives you control by letting you customize your down and monthly payments. You can browse tens of thousands of cars online to find one within your budget, and you won't get surprised with any bogus fees. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to shop for a vehicle. Carvana, we'll drive you happy. Availability may vary by market.
Welcome back.
The 2023 Community Shield took place at Wembley on Sunday, with treble winners Manchester City facing Premier League runners-up Arsenal. It's the last game before the new Premier League season kicks off on Friday, and it was the Gunners who came out victorious with a 4-1 win on penalties. New record signing Declan Rice, who joined Arsenal from West Ham over the summer, says it's everything he expected from his new club.
I feel like I've grown so much already in the first 3 weeks that I've been here, and I'm eager to keep improving. And I'm sure with this team we've got, the manager, the staff, everyone's so together, so we can achieve anything this year. Just need to stay focused, stay together, and enjoy today.
It's that time of year again. The stars of the new season of Strictly Come Dancing are starting to be announced. This year's confirmed lineup so far includes Sherlock's Amanda Abbington, West End star Leighton Williams, Channel 4 journalist Krishnan and Guru Murthy, and newsreader and presenter Angela Rippon. At 78 years old, she's set to be the oldest contestant in the show's history. And Angela says she's looking forward to flying the flag for OAPs.
As I'm now, 78 and will be 79 when we're actually doing the programme. It would be lovely to be able to demonstrate if I mean, I know I'm not going to lift that glitter ball, but it'll be wonderful if I can last long enough, a few weeks, and demonstrate that, even at my age, that it genuinely is possible for people that are older to be able to dance.
The 2023 Edinburgh Fringe Festival got underway this weekend, and there's already been plenty of drama. Actor Georgie Greer sold out her one-woman show after a tearful social media post went viral about her performing to an audience of one, which would have been sweet, except she posted exactly the same thing last year. And there's concern that the future of the festival might be under threat, with one of the event's biggest promoters in a financial crisis. Meanwhile, the cost of living crisis has seen some performers priced out from attending the festival, something which comedian MC Hammersmith was quick to poke fun at.
There's a problem at the Fringe, which you're likely to see. Currently, it's full of posh people like me. The cost of living means there's less money to spend, which means it's only posh people that can afford to attend.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcasts? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Just head to amazon.com/ad-free news podcasts to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads. Enjoy thousands of Acast shows ad-free for Prime subscribers. Some shows may have ads.